Good day. Welcome to Intuitive Soul Wisdom. We are going to do a reading today on trusting your intuition. You have an amazing intuition, and for us to trust it, our intuition is amping up, especially with this new moon and all of the planets that are happening right now. I'm not an astrologist, but I know there's a lot going on. And there's a space here for you to trust your intuition and go with, where it is leading you. Okay. The Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups reversed. And it's funny because they're telling, typically this deck, I don't do reversals, but today they're saying reversals. So the Queen of Cups, this is about stepping into your intuition at its ultimate high. This is about really honing in on what you know and trusting it, building that muscle to help you navigate everything. With the Four of Cups, it's telling me that you are now in a position where you can trust your intuition enough to know that when an opportunity comes, you will know whether it is on your side or not, whether you should step into it or not. There is a bigger aspect here in regards to really listening to your intuition, the blade, really knowing that clarity is the key here to following your intuition. If you are not clear on what the opportunity is, how do you know to follow your intuition? If something is not really set out to you clearly, what is being hidden? Is it to be trusted? All of that. And that will bring through your intuition. They're showing me really being connected to self, but to the earth with with the blade. Okay. They're showing me change is happening. Change where you now can, you've gone through some lessons because you haven't listened to your intuition. So it became a lesson. They're showing me that because of those lessons, you are now more apt to really listen to your intuition, where it is guiding you. It's just like you're walking out the door and your intuition is saying, you should bring a coat. You get there and you're like, yeah, I don't have time. It's beautiful. The sun is shining, and you get there and all of a sudden it starts raining. There's something there, and then you go, oh, I wish I would have listened. Those little tiny thoughts that come in often are messages or our intuition telling us to do something, to change something, to step forward, to not, however it comes through in every situation. Fire magic. So fire is about creation as well as destruction. So with following your intuition, you can either create or it can become a lesson. Okay. So really looking at, she's got this fire about on her hands, and she's really the magician, and you can create so much when we can just follow and be in flow in what feels right, what doesn't feel right. There are some things that you might come across your path that you will, oh, this is such a great opportunity. But then all of a sudden you go, hey, wait a minute, something is not aligning right now. It does not mean that it's never going to happen, or it's just not in alignment for you right now. There's situations, there's maybe the other people involved, whatever it can be. Okay. So we have to always keep that into consideration. There is an aspect of, okay, they're showing me 4 candles and 1 tipped over. So, okay, that's what they're saying. Okay, thank you. They're showing me, because everyone else is doing it a certain way and your intuition is saying, no, I can't do it that way. Be the odd man out. Be that person that is creating it how you need to create it for your own intuitive awareness. Okay, there's a reason why we have our intuition and why we build it to follow it, not to just ignore it. The more you ignore it, the more lessons that appear. Okay, there's something that is going to be within yourself. Following your intuition, it's going to bring out something, an aspect of yourself. It is going to bring out a skill, possibly. It's bringing out something that is going to help you create more on your path. Embracing enthusiasm and protected by angels and discovering truth. Okay. Um, Definitely there is a shift here. There is transformation. There's alchemy. And they're also showing me, when you trust your intuition, you're trusting your guidance, you're trusting your guides to make sure that you are safe, that you are protected, all of the things. Okay. So really stepping into trust and connection to your guides. You know what? I'm trusting my intuition here. You got to keep me safe, or whatever this is about when you choose. Discovering truth. See, everyone is going on their path and he's going the opposite way. Doesn't make him wrong. It's just his path. And that's what I mentioned before with the candles. Okay. You're meant to do it your way. You're meant to do your path how you need to do it. It's not about being in control. It's about you following your inner guidance, because maybe those people are going to get lost. Maybe they're not going to end up in the same destination as you because they're not meant to. And for you to just keep following that path, okay? That is your path, that you are following your own intuition. King of Pentacles. Wow. This is where your intuition can take you. It can take you to the best places, the legacy, the money, the happiness, the joy, the emotional love for life, or love. There is just so much more here when you can discover your own path, because the King of Pentacles, he has been through it. He has done it. He has lived it. He could write the book. And what they're saying is, because he can write the book, that it doesn't matter what he faces, he can face it and come out on top. And I love that. I love that all of this that you're going through and have gone through is teaching you to trust more, is teaching you to follow your intuition in what is, truth for you, and being in a space where you are absolutely right where you need to be. Okay. What else do we need to know here? Two of Cups. Okay. Trusting your intuition in relationship and partnership. If it's right, it's right. If it's not, it's not. And there's no right or wrong about it. Just trusting it and knowing that if you see the red flags, ask yourself, what is that telling you? What does it mean? And when you feel something isn't right, it's not. And you can't change that. Doesn't matter what you do, you can't change it because it's not right. And it's for you to decipher and use your own discernment. It is like, in the spiritual world, there is so much of everything. There's love, there's light, there's healing, there's ego. And, it's not to say that people, like, we all have it. We all have our own ego, and it sometimes takes charge. But what they're sharing with me is for you to use your discernment in what is in alignment with you. Doesn't make anyone else wrong. It's people can show a facade if they want. That's their ego. And they have to learn their lessons too. And we all do. So it's up to us to each go, hey, this person is not in alignment with me. Why am I going to get a healing? Or, whatever that is. It's like going to a retreat. If it's not in alignment, if the people that are facilitating is not in alignment, should you go? Are you going to get all that you can from them? And is it going to be a space where you are just going to be in your intuition all weekend long, and you are, listening to all the things that are negative, rather than really being able to settle in and trust and be in a space of healing and learning and growth and all the things that come with retreats? That's just an example. Okay, but it's up to us to use our own discernment. It is like walking in when I do markets. People will stop and ask me, they're saying, "Where do I go?" And I'll just tell them, walk around the room 3 or 4 times. If you are keep getting called back to one table, then that's probably your person. That's your intuition pulling you in the direction to get you the messages that you need, or the healing you need, whatever you are there for. So really using your discernment in that. Okay, King of Swords was just sitting here on my sleeve here. Yeah, and conquering your clarity, conquering this space of knowing, and knowing that you can rise your vibration to such a high space that something is right or wrong. Um, I have worked really hard at slowing down everything and being mindful, and my intuition, like amping it up, like building that muscle, that I just know right away something is truth or not, good for me or not. Um, I often will sit with something that feels right, and I'll say, is this the right timing? Because you can feel something is right for you, but then it all falls apart. But maybe it's just not the right timing. So it's going deeper with your intuition, going deeper into, yes, this is right. Okay, now let's go deeper. What do I need to learn from it, know about it before I actually sign that contract or whatever that is happening, that partnership? I feel like for some of you, this is about partnership in work, especially in the spiritual world. Okay, especially when we are often, as spiritual people, we are collaborating a lot. It is something that is just part of, doing what I do anyway, and doing healings and being on the road, and being with people. There's people that are in alignment and we can co-create together, and there's people that aren't, and it's not making anyone wrong. It's just not the right energy. No one is right, no one is wrong, and it's just the energy of who we are, what we want for an outcome, our intentions, all of that. So really trusting and going deeper, and that's how you strengthen your intuition. That's how you get stronger at what you do, and what in what's coming in. Three of Pentacles. This is building. This is working together. This is an aspect of everyone wanting the same outcome. Continuing to build your intuition. Continue to build this legacy if that is your purpose in life here. Whatever that is for you. And just being in what you need to be in for the energy to come out positive, and working hard. They're telling me to tell you to create more through your intuition. Ace of Wands. This is about creation. This is about the beginning of something new. This is about crossing the bridge and becoming stronger, becoming a better you, becoming more intuitive, becoming more in the light, becoming more with more clarity, all of the things. And then you have the Queen of Swords here. And she really is, she knows, she has clarity. She knows what she needs. She knows what she wants. She stakes her sword in the ground there. You can see that. And she, if it's not for her, she cuts it out. There's no right or wrong. It's like, yeah, I'm here or I'm not. Um, and this is what it's telling me. Start crossing the bridge into something bigger, something better, something more of who you are, and creating a world of happiness, of joy, of being around the right people, all of those things that you can move toward, okay? For some of you, I'm seeing a vacation to the mountains, maybe even a move to the mountains is what they're showing me. That's kind of off topic. But really, if you are being called, start making the steps on how to get there. If this is where you're called to be, in it, like, you never know what can happen from on a day to day to change what you think is not possible. Okay. Knight of, what is that? Wands. Oh, sorry, King of Wands. I knew that was wrong. King of Wands. So you have the do you have another wand? No. Oh, you had the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands all the way to the King of Wands, okay? So this is your whole purpose is following that passion, that fire, that intuition, that space where you are moving forward, where you are, you know, using your discernment on every aspect of your path and finding that strength and knowing that spirit has your back. They are behind you 100% of the way when you are following. There is Six of Swords. This is movement. This is leaving a situation to move forward. This does not mean you're leaving your partner, does not mean you're leaving your job, does not mean, it could mean you're just leaving aspects of yourself behind to follow your intuition, to be led by spirit and trusting more. That could be what that means. There's so many aspects to leaving things behind. For some of you, because I just talked about the mountains and traveling and maybe moving, that could be this card for you, okay? If it resonates, take it. If not, leave it. But this is something that is spirit-led. They're in control. They're bringing you down the path as long as you're following your intuition. As long as you are continuing to be on that journey of, really listening to those, I'll call them niggles. I don't know if that is even a word in your stomach. That little pull that is saying, it's just there and it's telling you all the time to move, to navigate. And I don't know. I have come to a space where I navigate only through my intuition. I navigate through my I guess you could call that the sacral, right? My knowing. Success. Look at that. And I can honestly say 100% that if you follow your intuition and your guidance and be in flow, there's nothing but success in your future. If you are not listening and you take a left turn instead of a right, you'll get there. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, okay? And you need to learn something along that journey to bring when you turn right the next time, okay? There is something there. And I feel that it's not far off in the future. It is, in the foreseeable future. This is number 47. 4 and 7 is 11. The right path, a new path. This is following what is right for you, following the journey that is bringing you where you need to go. And if we're not following our intuition, we can really struggle on, through the lessons. It's just how that is for us, okay? What else do we have in regards to intuition? Discovery. Look at that, right? This is discovery. More discovery of yourself. Sorry, I just got a pile of cards here. More discovery of yourself, more discovery of what your intuition can bring to you, where you can take it. It is a muscle that is has to be built. And your intuition pops in like that and it goes away. It's really quiet. It's like, oh, I should have brought my jacket. We hear it, we ignore it. It's just what we do, right? And it just is there and it'll go away. And then it'll come back when you need to, when it starts raining and you say, oh, I wish I would have listened to that. Okay. I was just talking to my mom yesterday and she was saying, oh, I might have to stay overnight. She had an appointment. I might have to stay overnight. And I said, well, you maybe want to pack a bag. And she goes, well, I don't know. I might not have to. And I go, well, if your intuition is telling you, pack a bag, right? So I haven't talked to her today to see if she needed to stay overnight, but I'm going to after I'm done this. But yeah, it is an aspect of, really listening to those. And our intuition is not really strong. It doesn't scream. Like our ego screams at us and keeps telling us, don't do it, don't do it. You're safe. You will just stay in your job that you hate. It's okay. Right. And that is your ego. But if your intuition it pops in and saying, go apply for this other job, and you don't apply, it's not going to come back to tell you, because it's just, that's how the ego will keep telling you. But your intuition, it pops in and it goes away. If something is popping in more than once, once a week, you get this, thought, then maybe you want to start really listening to that. There are a lot of courses out there. I do teach intuition, but right now I'm not teaching the beginner stuff. Anyway, this is more about discovering what you can create from following it, what you can create in a bigger way, discovering who you are within yourself. People tell me, how do you know all the time what's right and what's wrong? I have worked really hard, and it's taken me years to build it. And that's just how it is. It does not happen overnight. It is a muscle. If you go to the gym, you are working out every single day to build that muscle. You don't go once and all of a sudden you have, the big muscles that you are seeking. Okay. So really digging deep and discovering more of who you are and following that intuition. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my deck of cards back in my case here. It's not working. So just know that that is part of the journey, part of becoming more of and stronger, and more of who you are, stronger, knowing the path. Like people say, how do you know that you should or shouldn't do that? Like, how, and it worked out perfect. Well, because I listened to my intuition, right? So just know that death, like, so this is telling me that the old you is going away. You are moving into something bigger and better. And I love that. It's growth. It is, it is the end of not listening to building, to, shifting that energy. And right now, the energy is so much more powerful. I'm hearing that if you start working on your intuition right now, like in a deeper way, it is going to amplify even faster because of the energies right now. And that is what I'm getting for that. Okay. So really, it's just like if your energy is into working out and feeling better and getting healthier, right now is a really good time to start, because it is going to amplify and speed up the process of where you want to go. Okay. That goes the other way too. So if there's something that is not, it'll go sideways a lot faster as well. Just make note of that. Okay. The energy is what the energy is. Two of Cups. You have Two of Cups twice. So really knowing that following your intuition is really big right now, especially in love, partnership, relationship, anything that you are working together with someone with. This is a big time. 9 of Wands reversed. So this is telling me you're breaking free of those old thought patterns, breaking free of the ego playing in your head and listening to that little tiny uh, pop in intuitive message. You are not confining yourself any longer. You are not staying up at night worrying about things because you didn't follow your intuition or you don't know what to do. When we are in struggle of what to do, we're not in allowance. We are in that freeze or flight position. We are not listening to what we need. Instead, taking a step back and going, okay, I'm not going to think about this. I'm just going to go ground myself. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go, just slow down, slow down. If that's a meditation, slow it down. Journaling, slow it down. And then all of a sudden you get a thought and it goes, boom, there it is. It'll break you free. And instead of being in, I have to make a decision, what's right, what's wrong, what if, that's all ego. And if you are in a space where you can trust that intuition, you will always make the right decision, left or right. And if you feel like it's ends up being the wrong decision, there was something that you needed to pick up on that path to bring over to the other path. Okay. We can typically change our decisions, not always, but there's a few cases that you can't. But it's what serves you right now. Okay. Community, right? This is about knowing that you have community. And I'm not feeling community of people. I'm feeling community of guides, your guidance, your intuition, your higher self, your knowing, all of that is here for you. You just have to step into it. Step back, slow it down, and step into it to build. There is definitely movement. Moving from here to here is what they're showing me. They're showing me this transformation and then movement. Okay. When you can transform and change and listen more intuitively, that is when you can jump in over here and you're prepared to follow it, to allow it to guide you. And the outcome, they're showing me number 8. The outcome is abundance, right? There's so much abundance here. Okay, what deck is calling me now? This one here. I feel like this is going to be the last card. What is the outcome from following your intuition more? Look at this. 9 of Pentacles. The happiness. The big family. This is about building your dream, building your garden, building your environment that you are seeking. Okay. And then it ends with the Queen of Cups. It started and ended with the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. This is the Queen of Cups is all intuition and romance, like the things that the cups bring, but it's stronger intuition. It's stronger knowing, all of that. You're coming out of all of you're rising up of all of the current and all of they're showing me it's all of the stimulation in your head. You're coming out of all of that where you are listening now to hear, to your gut, to your knowing, whatever, however you receive your intuitiveness. Everyone is different. Some people feel, some people know, some people hear, all like it comes in different ways, but it's an aspect of you to really, really feel and know that your intuition is your complete, utter 100% guidance to your success, to all of having all of this beautiful family. All of it is there for you following your intuition. I thank you for being here. I'm sorry this was a long one today, but I'm just going with what comes. If you are wanting a reading, please click the link in the bio. Yeah. And if you are, need anything, comment, please. I love hearing the comments. I love reading the comments. I look at them every day when they come through, when I can. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. I've been getting private messages as well. And it just fills my heart to know that these messages are creating changes in people and creating happiness and joy in their life. And that is my purpose, is for you to see your own light, to create a world of happiness and joy. If you are still here, because I said I was done. If you're still here, put what do you want to put? A red heart in the comments. I would love to know that you're still here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I thank you for being here. Much love.